Hey guys, it's Vanessa from Kind Hearted Studio. We are coming to you live and we are going to show you how to do a draw to video on a horse, a zebra, and a unicorn. We are just going to wait a few minutes just to allow people to find the video and join in. So yeah, we'll just wait and see a few seconds and we'll get in about 2 or 3 minutes. So, just bear with me.
Good grammar and spelling are...
So we'll keep waiting for a few more to join in. Already. Hey, Lisa. It's been super exciting to see everybody and all of their creations. I've loved seeing and receiving all of them. It's been amazing and really joyful for me to see you guys creating and making it your own. It's brought a smile to my face, and I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and she works in a long-term care home, and we were thinking that it would be really cool to create little videos. So I'm going to create this challenge, and what I want you guys to do is create a drawing, put your name, age, and where you're from, and send us a message. You know, any words of inspiration, a hello for people watching in the retirement home, so that they can get a little bit of joy as well. No, Amanda, I can't see you. I can just, I can't see you physically, but I can see your eye that up at the top screen. So we are going to get started. So like I said, if you want to send us a video, that would be super awesome. And we're going to compile all of them together to create this loop. So in the retirement home, it's just going to be messages of joy, and you can share your artwork and say something about it. And so I will put those details on the message below and how to send it to me. Just a quick video. That would be super awesome. So yeah, we're gonna get started live, and we're gonna start to draw a horse. So the thing about this is, because it's a horse, a zebra, or a unicorn, the steps in creating the horse or the zebra, the form of the actual animal, is very much the same. So we'll get at it. So I'm going to draw in a dark pencil so that you guys can see. And what we're going to do first is I'm going to come about halfway up my page, and I'm going to start with this line that's going to curve up, and this is going to be the back side of the head. So I'm going to curve. You guys don't have to press this hard. I'm just doing that so that you can see. And so what we're going to do is you're going to come down around, and we're going to scoop around. So you're going to come down and around. So you can start at the bottom here and do kind of like a C and connect that way, but that is what we're looking for right now. We're just doing the structure first, and then we'll build up from there. I'll give you guys some time to do that. So we're going to come up a little bit, so you can continue that line up. And then we're going to create a line for the jaw. So it's almost a C, not quite, because it's not a full C around, but just a, and then you're going to connect back. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining in, please feel free to start, or this video will be up online, so you can always watch it later. Okay, so we've started halfway up our page, and we've done a bit of a diagonal line up towards the center, and then you're gonna curve around, coming back down for the nose, and then the jawline, you're gonna come up a little bit farther and scoop around. So I've explained this kind of like a C, but you're not coming all the way around. You're gonna start a little ways back and connect. So we're just gonna do the horse's head. So halfway down the jaw here, so between here and here, I'm gonna find my midway point, and I'm gonna do a diagonal line, so it's not going straight down, it's gonna have a bit of a tilt, so it's gonna tilt and lean that way, so that's gonna be for my neck. And then we're gonna curve back out a little bit for the body, and that's gonna come just like so. So these are our rough lines just to provide some guidelines, helping us with the shape. So we're gonna go to the top of the head, and we're gonna add an ear. So, if you guys can see that. So you're gonna add an ear kind of right at the center and top of the head. Like so. Don't worry about any lines, we can erase those after. And then we're gonna come over here and add another ear. Okay, so we've got the ears done. We're gonna build up the horse just a little bit in terms of detail and structure of the face. So we're gonna come just above, just starting at the top of his head, and we're gonna come down parallel right next to it and just create kind of this little line above the line that we already have, and then coming back down and connecting with the nose. So that's gonna act as the horse's eye is going to be here, and then the other one will be over here. Okay, so you're coming to the top of the head, just above the line that we initially drew, and you're just coming out a little bit wider, and then coming back in on a bit of an angle. And then you can erase that line. Thanks, Eddie. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Keaton. Thanks for following along. That's so sweet. Okay, so you guys can leave me messages if I'm going too fast. Just type me a quick note or type me a message if you want me to re-explain something, okay? So we're gonna build up the nose here to make it look a little bit more like a horse. So inside this circle, we're just gonna add some more defining lines. So coming inside the circle, I'm gonna erase this line, and we're gonna add a little bit more detail. So or is it easier to go the other way? I think it's easier to explain the other way. So forget what I said there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come outside this line because it's gonna be easier to explain that way. So you're gonna come and you're coming down his nose here, and we're gonna come out just a little bit like that. So this is gonna be where one nostril is, and the other nostril will be on this side. Okay, so you're coming down and you're scooping out and curving around just a little bit. And then we're going to come down and we're going to come back out for his mouth. So we're going to come down, we're going to curve back out. So it's almost like this loose backwards three, or sorry, this loose three. It's this kind of line that we're looking for. Okay? So you're coming down, curving out, back in, and out. So when I erase that, it's going to look like that. And then this will be his mouth. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add his lip. So we're going to just kind of redefine this line here to add a little bit more detail. So starting from this curved line, you're going to kind of come a little bit more straighter. And then we're going to curve down to create the lip, like so. So if I erase this line, how's that coming so far? Okay, so we're going to move on to the nostril. And what we're going to do is we're going to do almost a full circle. So I'm going to start at the side here, and I'm going to curve up and around and not connect the full way. Okay, you can do the nostrils kind of a few different styles depending. You could do a backwards 9 and a forwards 9, kind of those quotation marks. You can do that way. You can do 2 little dots for the nostrils, however you want to do it. I'm going to do that and see what it looks like. That's too big. I think I'm just going to go and stick with the 9s. So I'm going to do this instead. That's the one I'm going to stick with. So kind of like a small letter E. And then a line on top. That's how I'll roll. You could also just do a little mark like that if you wanted. So for the hair, it's all going to depend. Actually, let's go to the eye. So the eye, what we're going to do is we're going to create this frown. So it should kind of run along the same line as where it comes out a little bit for the eye. Okay, so your eye should sit almost straight across. And we're going to use a frown shape or a frown line to start to draw that in. Okay, now you'll come back around. And the horse's eye kind of comes down to a point, to a tip, to a V, like so. And we'll come back up and add a bit of an eyelid and a line kind of right underneath as well. Hi, Lindsay. All right, so then the eye is going to fill up a whole lot of that space. So there'll only be a little section that's going to be white. So this is going to be the whole eye. So he has a big black pupil inside there. It's up to you guys how you want to do your eye. If you want to change it and make it your own, please do. I love seeing how everybody adds their own touch to it. So it's really up to you. I'm going to put 2 circles, and then I'm going to make his eye a little bit darker. Now you don't have to fill this in, because if you plan on coloring it with markers or pencil crayons, that would be super spectacular. So if we go to, let's do the ears and the horn. So this is where, if you're doing a unicorn, I would come in and add your triangle shape right here. Okay, so if you're going to do a unicorn, you're going to do it this way. But up until now, all the steps are exactly the same, whether you're doing a horse or whether you're doing a zebra or a unicorn. So this is where it's going to try or start to shift just a little bit. So your unicorn, if you have your horn right there, then you will erase that line there. And we can start to add our hair in. So think about what kind of do style, what kind of hairstyle you want. You can have it scooping, so you can have your hair come and scoop across his forehead like that. Is that making sense? You can also have it flow out the front if you want. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can do it. So you can flow across, flow in the front. You bet, guys. If you're joining late, I will definitely, this will be posted online so you can catch it from the beginning and join in. So no problem if you are joining us late. Thanks for your message, Jules. All right, so then what you can do on the back side here is you can add hair all the way along his body here. So let me grab the picture for the zebra. The zebra, I've done a little bit different in terms of the hair. The hair is sticking up for the zebra. So let me explain the horse and then I'll come back as to some different ways that you can do it. I'll go this way. So if you are working with your horse, you can just kind of add your mane and have it kind of flowing down. Like so. You can even have some pieces coming across. If we want to add any detail inside that ear, we can add so mark like that if you want. So this is the cool part because I can simply just take another piece of paper, I can go to the window and put it up against the window and trace it. So then I'll have a new one and I can do a zebra or I can make another one into a unicorn. So I'm quickly just gonna go take this to the window and outline the body again. All right, so we've traced it. And so if we're going to do the zebra, how we place those lines in are kind of important to know because it's not just lines across. There's some detail to it. So ignore my unicorn horn because I traced that. So you guys, if you want, you can maybe take a break, pause the video and just watch, and you can trace it later and follow along. But we're going to do a step-by-step run-through of the zebra and its lines. So you've followed the steps on creating. So, all right. So here is our zebra. So if I start to think about adding some zebra lines, what's going to happen is I'm going to come here and make a mark across. So it's going to curve across his nose. And it's not coming right up to his mouth. We're going to come just outside of it and around. So this will get covered and colored in black. And then our lines. So we're going to have some lines that come up the face. So I'm going to start on the side here, and they can be kind of wonky. So this will be filled in. And then we're gonna run another line. And then I like to just kind of make a mark so I know and don't get confused if I'm coloring this one in or that one, because if you don't, you start to see a lot of lines and get confused as to which one's which. And then we're gonna go right below the eye. So if you guys are just joining in, this video will be posted, so you can follow along straight from the beginning. So you're going right below the eye and then connecting to this side of its nose. And like I said, I like to just make a mark inside there so I know which line is going to be filled in. And I'll add another one. And so by having this line here, it kind of helps contours the jaw, so it gives it the shape. And then by having it connect diagonally down, it helps provide kind of that shape of the nose. Whereas if you go just across, it's not going to give you that shape. I mean, now that I'm looking at this, this could be extended a little bit longer, but you can make those changes as you see fit. Okay, so this is my zebra. And for the zebra's hair, it's going to stand out more. So you can do two things. You can color it in like that, or you can come to the back side and just kind of make this a zigzag line all the way across. And then fill it in. It's entirely up to you. If you have a different way of doing it, please do. And we'll do the same thing with his ears. Is we'll just add some detail inside the one. So if at any point this is moving too fast, you can re-watch it and then just press pause as you need to. And then for the lines across his body, so his neck will start here, kind of right underneath the jaw, and these are going to have just a bit of a curve to them, and that's going to help give you the shape of the neck as well. So they can venture off. They don't have to be one solid line. They could venture off into like a Y shape. Zebras have all kinds of different stripes. So you're going to leave a little bit of space in between. And then for the top here, what we can do is just add some more however you see fit. So as I had mentioned before, we are going to try this new challenge. So a friend of mine works in a retirement home, and if you guys can send your drawings, so take a short little video and send it to us, maybe a message of inspiration or hope for the residents that might need a little bit of cheering up. What's your name, your age, and where do you live? And we're going to compile that into a video, and then she's going to play it at the retirement home, and it's just going to be on a loop so that they can see your wonderful artwork and share it with them that way. If there's any other videos or suggestions that you have, please send them my way, kindheartedstudio@gmail.com. There are other videos online, so if you go to the Facebook page and just click on my videos, you'll see that we've done saber-toothed tigers, we've done turtles, Mickey Mouse, I can't remember what else, but it's been really fun to see you guys creating. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing these creations. Thanks, guys.